It's time for another book haul. It's been a while since I've done, it's obviously been a quarter since I've done a normal haul. There have been a couple of unboxings and things that have happened since the last haul, so I will leave all of those linked in the corner if you're interested in any of that. Some of this stuff might overlap. I'm not 100% sure, but there should be 3 unboxings and my Christmas gift haul. I know some of the gifts have ended up in here just as I was going through things. So this is gonna be a lot and it's gonna be big, but again, I know my physical TBR is out of control. I'm working very hard on that right now. I've set a goal with my husband that I'm allowed a certain amount of money after I've read a certain number of physical books from my collection. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So we are going to start with the kind gifts and review copies sent to me from publishers and authors. So let's start with Forever Romance. They are always the kindest. They have 5 that they've sent me in this quarter. So the first one I have here is Don't Look Back by Christy Craig. This is a suspense, romantic suspense. That's the demographic that it is. These are usually like murder mystery. I really enjoy them. And this one, we're dealing with an FBI agent and a former detective, and maybe he's not a former detective. I don't remember. It's been a minute since I've read this one, but I really enjoyed it when I read it. The next is This Cowboy Is Mine. This is a stuck in the wilderness kind of cowboy romance. Really good. Wild horses and everything. I really enjoyed this. Gave me very much some Man from Snowy River vibes if you're familiar with that movie at all, but I really enjoyed this. It was definitely a 5-star. Next we have Season of Joy from Annie Raines. This was her holiday for 2020 and I really enjoyed it. Next is The Highland Laird by Amy Jarecki. This was on my best books of the year list. I will leave that linked in the corner. We're dealing with a blind heroine here and a laird of a neighboring clan. It's fantastic. I absolutely adore it. And then we have Any Rogue Will Do. This has a great groveling hero. Another 5-star. Didn't quite make the list, but it was definitely a contender for the list. That is it from Forever. I was kindly sent a review copy of Phantom's Lament, which is book 2 in the Shadow Creed saga by Noelle Nichols. She also sent me a copy of book 1. If you want to see me unbox all the other goodies that came with this, that is contained in the Christmas unboxing, Christmas gift y'all spoiled me too much vlog. All right, so from here, I'm going to be doing this haul by size. I'm going to do all the mass markets first, and then we'll gradually get bigger from there. So I picked up 3 more Jill Barnett books. I have Just a Kiss Away, Surrender a Dream. I was about to say Surrender the Dream. I'm like, I don't think that's quite right. This is A Marriage of Convenience. And then Dreaming by Jill Barnett, which is the sequel to Bewitching. So I'm really excited to read it. And then I have a nice little pile here of Elizabeth Hoyt books. I've got To Beguile a Beast, which I am currently buddy reading with Heather over at HEA or HEA Booktubes. I will leave anybody I mentioned linked down below if they have a channel, obviously. Then I have To Seduce a Sinner, The Leopard Prince, The Raven Prince, and The Serpent Prince, and all of those 3 are a trilogy together that I just plan on binging all together as well. A couple of gifts that were historicals. I got Lord of Darkness by Elizabeth Hoyt. This one, I believe, came from Kelly? No, from Kat. This came from Kat. And then Seduction of a Proper Gentleman by Victoria Alexander. And this was a gift from Kelly, aka Mythic Madness. She's one of my members. If you want to become a member, info's down below for you. Another gift I received was Forbidden by Beverly Jenkins. We love some Beverly Jenkins. This one is from Buffy, my girl Lindsay over at Lindsay Tutt's cat, who's a total drama queen, and we love her. And then I got Jewel by Beverly Jenkins, but no one ever claimed, who sent it. So if that was you, please tell me. I want to just properly thank you. And this one's nice and floppy, by the way. Love a floppy paperback. All right, I've got several Megan Frampton books. I've got Never Kiss a Duke, Tall Duke and Dangerous, and Never a Bride. I believe these are all from the Duke's Daughters series, and it just looks fantastic. I was sent Along Came a Duke by Elizabeth Boyle. I believe this was from Melissa, over at Melissa Reads, and it has a glorious step back. I've been bad about showing step backs. I'll try to be better in the rest of this. And then I picked up Meredith Strand's Fool Me Twice at my used bookstore. It's an old library copy, but I paid like pittance for it. And then I have 2 Sophie Jordans here. I've got One Night with You and Sins of a Wicked Duke. This one has a fantastic, like, on the back step back, but this one doesn't. Next we have Bygones by Laverne Spencer. I think I just got this one also at my used bookstore. And then from my used bookstore, I got Jude Devereaux's A Knight in Shining Armor. And then randomly I've got a little Christmas book in here, and that's 12 Days of Christmas by Debbie Macomber. This was one that, again, I picked up at my used bookstore. I did a lot of used bookstore haul this time. All right, I've got 3 more Lisa Kleypas. I had a bunch in the previous haul, but I was gifted Again the Magic by my girl Lindsay over at Lindsay Tut. And then Devil in Spring, which does have the beautiful step back. And then Marrying Winterborn. This is Ravenel's. Lindsay and I plan on reading all of the Ravenels this year. We're really excited about it. And then I have a Jana McGregor, which is Wild Wild Rake. I don't know why I like the rakes. It's a thing. It's a mood. It's a moment. We're going with it. And then I have 4 books pertaining to the Bridgerton series. So I have The Viscount Who Loved Me, which I read and recently enjoyed. An Offer from a Gentleman, which has the beautiful step back. I'm buddy reading this with Lindsay over at Lindsay Tut, as well as Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, which does not have the step back. But I'm really excited for these 2 in particular, because then I can go and watch all of Bridgerton and really just enjoy it. I did also get When He Was Wicked. I'm missing To Sir Philip with Love and It's in His Kiss. And then I'll have all the Bridgerton novels. All right, so I have 4 Eloisa James books here. I've got Wild in Love with the step back. I've got Too Wild to Wed, also with the step back. I've got Say No to the Duke with the step back. And Born to be Wild with the step back. And again, Lindsay and I plan on reading all the Wild books. I hauled one of them in my previous haul, if I remember correctly. Another gift from Lindsay because she loved it so much, and I'm forever grateful. That is The Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie by Jennifer Ashley. This was in my top books of the year. I'm not going to tell you where. If you want to find out, you got to watch the video yourself. Next, I picked up All Scott and Bothered by Kerrigan Byrne. I really loved this series so far. I've got an early copy of book 3. I'm hoping to get to that sooner rather than later as well. And then I've got a pile of Lorraine Heath books here. And the only one I've read so far of the pack is Beauty Tempts the Beast, again in my top books of the year list. And then the other ones, I believe they're all in that same series that Beauty Tempts the Beast was in. And that is The Duchess in His Bed. I don't think this one has a step back. It does not. Then I've got When a Duke Loves a Woman. The Earl Takes a Fancy. And The Scoundrel in Her Bed. I'm really excited to explore more Lorraine Heath this year. I think it's going to be a really good go. And then I've got one more stack of mass markets, and then we'll move on to the next stack. We are so far into this video. I'm so sorry. I did pick up a finished copy of Fatal Deception by April Hunt. I didn't get sent to this one. I forgot to request it, but I absolutely adored it. Was on my top books of the year, or was a contender. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I filmed that video, but I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend the series. Love the Steel Ups. And then I've got some paranormals here. I've got A Hunger Like No Other by Cressley Cole. I can't remember if I hauled this in my last one, so I pulled it in. And then I picked up Angel's Blood by Nailani Singh, thanks to my girl Laura over at Laura's Library Card. She gave me a gift card for stuff for Love in the Night, and I ended up picking this up with it. And then I picked up a physical copy of The Darkest King by Gina Showalter, one of my favorites of last year. So good. And then I also got Leopard's Rage by Christine Feehan, one of my favorites of the year. So good, so unique. Really excited to own a physical copy. And then I picked up How to Catch a Queen by Alyssa Cole. I'm hoping to get to this soon. I'm hoping to squeeze it in January, if I'm honest. If not, definitely February. And then I picked up a copy of Gentle Rogue by Joanna Lindsay. I know this isn't the beautiful old step back copy, but I love this size. I love how floppy it is, and I'm still really excited to read it. And then I've got A Princess by Christmas by Julia London. This is a step back for it. And I'm really, really excited actually for this, for you guys to read this. It was really sweet. All right, I've got some older ones that I ordered from eBay. So I have Wild Embrace by Cassie Edwards. This step back is just everything to me. I love it. It is so beautiful. And then I've got In the Prince's Bed by Sabrina Jeffries. Again, a nice and steamy step back. And then I also picked up a copy of Inside Paradise. I just love this cover. This cover should be the step back, but I don't even care. I love that it's the front cover. Oh, I forgot to put this with the other Julia London, but I got A Royal Kiss and Tell, which also has a step back. And then I've got 3 more here. I've got an Ella Quinn. This is the most eligible lord in London. This is first in a series, and it just looked adorable. I did get First Comes Scandal. This is a Bridgerton prequel, and I think it's going to be a good time. And then I've got The Secret Life of Miss Anna Marsh by Ella Quinn. This is huge, by the way, and nice and floppy. I love a good floppy paperback. I love that we're getting more of them because it's just a delightful size, you know? On to the next size. So we've got An Extraordinary Union by Alyssa Cole. I believe this was a gift from Lindsay and we were planning on buddy reading it. Yes. And most of her notes were like, yay for more buddy reads or more buddy reads. It just makes me happy. And then I did pick up a copy of Crazy Stupid Romance. Again, one of my favorites of the year. Love this series. Cannot wait for book 4. And then I got A Deal with the Elf King. This read a little more YA than I hoped. I did read it in December. I buddy read this with Crystal over at Crystal's Bookish Life. But I still love and adored it. It was fantastic. Solid 4 stars. Definitely recommend trying it. But don't go in expecting Carden because he is definitely not Carden. Much more alpha mellow. And then I got Dating Games by T.K. Lee. This is the first book in the series. Of Boys and Men by Renee Harless. I believe this is a darker romance. And then I've got My Bestie's Ex by Piper Rain. Some people think dating your best friend's ex is taboo. I don't think so much, but this will be an interesting read for sure. And then I picked up a copy of The Widow of Rose House by Diana Biller. All of my friends loved this last year. I heard about it a lot, and so I really want to give it a try. Definitely want to get a little more into my gothic reading side. And then I've also got a copy of The Path to Us by Jennifer Van Wyck. Very, very nice. Very excited to read it. And then I picked up one of last year's BookTube darlings. I picked up a copy of The House of the Cerulean Sea. I have not read this yet. It's high on my list to get read. I'm hoping in February. And then I got a copy of The Master by Tara Sue Me. Obviously we're dealing with it's called the Submissive series, so we're clearly dealing with a BDSM element here. I'm not sure if this is book 1 or not. I don't think it is. So I'm going to try to track down the first book in the series. And then I've got Notorious by Minerva Spencer. I hadn't heard anything about this, and it just looks really, really interesting. And then I ended up getting Reborn yesterday and This Time Tomorrow, both by Tessa Bailey. These are paranormals from her. They're not everybody's cup of tea, but I genuinely enjoyed them. Got a physical copy of one of my favorites of the year, and that is from Luke Off with Love. I loved this book so much. I have a lot to say about it all over the channel, so you can check out my best books of the year list if you want to know more. And then I've got Love in the Wild by Emma Castle. This was a solid 4-star read for me. I really enjoyed it. And it's a Tarzan retelling. It's not perfect, obviously, but it was still really good. Then I've got Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. Y'all knew I was going to have a physical copy of this because y'all have seen it. But I did get to read an ARC copy, really adored it. had to own it. Plus, this cover is amazing. Then I got a copy of A Princess for Christmas by Jenny Holiday. I ended up giving this 4 stars, a really cute holiday romance. And then Follow Me Darkly by Helen Hart. This one is signed because it came in a reveal book box. I had bought myself a copy as well, but I've since sent that on to a friend, which is the last size actually. So I've got Kind of a Big Deal by Shannon Hale. I really love Shannon Hale's writing, so I wanted to give this like young YA style a chance. Then I was gifted a copy of Love and Olives for my nephews for Christmas, and this is the 3rd, I believe, and final book in this series of friends over summers in other countries getting love stories. And I believe this one primarily takes place in Greece. It's a lot longer than I expected it to be, but I'm still really excited. The type's pretty big, so I think I'll still be able to get to it pretty quickly. And then I've got Truth or Dare by Danielle Allen. This came in a reveal book box. I really ended up enjoying it. It almost made my best books of the year list. It was definitely a contender. One of the best novellas I've read this year. And then I did get a copy of The Traitor Queen by Danielle L. Jensen. This is the hardback Bay Crate copy. So it has the beautiful book there and the beautiful art inside. It's stunning. I love it. So, so beautiful. A Queen in Exile, A King in Chains. So this is the sequel to The Bridge Kingdom, which did make my best book of the year's list. I've got A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I ended up giving this 3 stars. There's some problems with it. You can seek out reviews pretty easily if you want to know the specifics on that. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue the series, but I still liked Novik's writing for the most part. She just made some really kind of unthought about mistakes. So anyways. And then last but not least for this haul is my current read. And it's one of my buddy reads that I'm doing with April over April Sarah. And that is Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. Finally, book 4 in the Stormlight Archive. I'm so excited to dive in. So excited, so excited. So friends, that is everything for this haul. Again, there were other books that were hauled, but you can definitely check out the cards for more info on all of that. And thank you guys for watching. Oh, I forgot to mention that A Deal with the Elf King was a gift from Jess from Peace Love Books. We did a kind of a group Secret Santa, and she got me. So I'm really excited. It's going to be a good time. And again, if you want a buddy read, anything that I haven't already read, the buddy read sign up is down below. So you can definitely let me know what you'd like to buddy read with me. I'll see you guys next time.